China is saying, we're not going to have any more negotiating sessions with the U.S. because we don't negotiate to people who are holding a knife to our neck. Now, I think the way you would probably read that statement is you'd say, well, damn right. Just like that's like saying we don't negotiate with terrorists. We just fine, go ahead and shoot the hostages, but we're not going to set a precedent of negotiating with terrorists. Here's what I hear when China says we won't negotiate with people who are holding a knife to our neck. I hear China admitting there's a knife being held to their neck. They're saying, you've got a very sharp weapon, and you're one slice away from killing me. They've admitted it. They've admitted it.
Really true,
that's like hollering uncle. And that's the way diplomacy works.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all force.
But didn't we see this before with certain, I guess, technology policies that the president initiated, that those came back around? It's a complicated supply chain now. So these things, I mean, that's the beauty of trade, is that we're sort of all intertwined and all dependent on each other in some certain way. So can the U.S. hurt China without hurting itself, as an example? I mean, there's a lot of people who rely and thrive on inexpensive goods coming from overseas. So this is what I mean about the means. Forget about the ends. I agree with you on the ends.
If you can think of some cost-free, risk-free way to do it, you tell me, I'll tell Larry, he'll tell Donald.
Hey, great. That's
okay.
I'm
guessing you don't really have an idea here.
I'll think of one if I got these kind of connections done. What it means, say we don't do anything, it means that tomorrow is more like yesterday, right? Not the end of the world. I mean, certainly not as good as it could be had we completely free markets, but not the end of the world. The concern is if, here's had a note here, going back to iPhone, one of your clients sells Apple. He was selling already anyway, I think, but he says he sold the rest because he's worried about retaliation.
It's a legitimate worry.
A legitimate worry, right? I mean, not just for holders of Apple stock, but just in general. Like, the retaliations are very harmful. So I don't know if it's worth it. Even though the means are honorable, I mean, the ends are honorable, the means are going to hurt Americans.
You're absolutely entitled to have your own cost-benefit trade-off that different people have different willingnesses to bear risk, different perceptions of what the future would look like if you let China just continue to get away with it.
Is there any way to even quantify the impact on Americans if this gets ugly, in terms of everything's going to cost more, right?